Very good morning, students. Today we go to discuss about the band theory. The band theory considers the molecular orbital theory of covalent bonds extend to solids. That is, this theory is an extension of molecular orbital treatment for a large number of atoms. Band theory is mainly explain the molecular orbital treatment for large number of atoms with respectively solids. That means band theory of solids. What are the silent features of band theory? First one, in solid crystals, a large number of spherical atoms are arranged in a regular close packed pattern in the forms of crystals. When the atoms are brought together in solids, the atomic orbitals of the valence shells interact, forming molecular orbitals. In solids, a number of atomic orbitals combine together to form a number of molecular orbitals. The difference in the energy between various molecular orbitals will be very small. This leads to the formation of the closely spaced energy levels called bands. Sixth one, the band of energy levels occupied by the valence electrons is called valency bond. It may be filled partially or completely vacant with electrons. The band that is either partially or completely vacant is called conduction band. It is always above the valency bond. The gap between the valence band and the conduction band is called the Perbouden gap. No electron can exist in the Perbouden gap. The width of the Perbouden gap is called energy gap. In show that either conduction band and valency band, Perbouden gap. This is the conduction band. This is the valency bond. This is the energy level, bond energy level, band energy level. Valency band, conduction band. Between conduction band and valency bond indicate the Perbouden gap. So this is the about the silent features of band theory of solids. Next, classification of solids based on band theory. The materials are solids classified into the following three categories depending upon the energy gap between the valence and conduction bands. That they are insulators, conductors, semiconductors. Now see that valency band, this is the band energy, valency band and conduction band. If energy gap, large energy gap, they are identified the insulators. In the same way, ensure that valency bond and conduction band, this band gap is overlap, that is conductors. Almost filled valency band, that is a small energy gap between the conduction band and valency band, that is semiconductors. These are three classification of solids, that is insulators, conductors, semiconductors based on their energy gap between conduction and valence bands. Insulators. What are insulators? In insulators means non-metals. There is a large band gap between the filled valency bands and empty conduction bands. Therefore, electrons cannot be promoted from the valency bond to conduction band, where they can move freely. that is insulators. Conductors. In conductors, the valence bands and conduction bands overlap, so there is no band gap. Therefore, electrons can freely move. Semiconductors. In semiconductors, there is a small band gap between the filled valency bond and empty conduction band. Therefore, electrons can be promoted from valency band to conduction band with a rise in temperature or by adding dopants. The conductivity of semiconductors is very low at room temperature. Therefore, their conductivity is increased by adding an appropriate amount of suitable impurity. This process is known as doping. What is meant by doping process? The process by which impurity is introduced in semiconductors to enhance their conductivity is called doping. It can be done with an impurity which is electron rich or electron deficient. Such impurities introduce electronic defects in them. That is about the doping process. Next, how many types of doping? On the basis of impurities added for doping, semiconductors are two types. Silicon and germanium belong to group 14 and have 4 valency electrons each. In their crystals, each atom forms 4 covalent bonds with its neighbors. Like in show that this is germanium. These are the 4 valency electrons. This is the one of the example of crystal. Next, first one, N-type semiconductor. When silicon or germanium crystal is doped with a group 15 element like phosphorus or osmium, which contains 5 valency electrons. They occupy some of the lattice sites in silicon or germanium crystal. 4 out of 5 electrons are used in the formation of 4 covalent bonds with the 4 neighboring silicon atoms. The 5th electron is not used in bonding. Thus, it is considered as extra and hence becomes delocalized. This delocalized electron increases the conductivity of doped silicon or germanium. Here, the increase in conductivity is due to negatively charged electron. Hence, doped germanium with electron rich impurity is called N-type semiconductor. This is the osmium. This is the mobile element. From this diagram, easy to observe the N-type semiconductor. Next, P-type semiconductor, second one. When silicon or germanium is doped with a group 13 element like boron and aluminum. This is the boron, which contains only 3 valence electrons. In the place of 4th electron, a hole is created. This is called electron hole or electron vacancy. Ensure that an electron from a neighboring atom can come and fill the electron hole, but in doing so it would leave an electron hole at its original position. This is about the P-type semiconductor. Next, in this way, this hole moves through the crystal like positive charge, giving rise to electrical conductivity. When an electric field is applied, the electrons move towards positively charged plate and electron holes move towards the negatively charged plate. Hence, silicon and germanium doped with electron deficient impurities are called P-type semiconductors. Dear students, this is about the band theory of solids and classification of solids, and also doping process are two ways, that is p type semiconductors and n type semiconductors. What are the important questions in this unit? These are the 8 questions are very important in this unit. Everyone should be learning these 8 questions, must be attended to 10 marks.